This is Suneer Chowdhary again with this latest episode of World Cricket Chat where we analyze and review a select few cricket matches from around the world. And today we are going to have a look at the third one-day international between India and England, which will be played at the iconic Eden Gardens in Kolkata on Sunday. Shruti Chopra is with me to give her tarot predictions as always. Hi there, how's it going, Shruti?
It's going super well, especially after yesterday. How are you, Suneer?
I am good too, but what was even better, and as you rightly said, was a vintage performance from two of India's best ever ODI cricketers. Yuvraj Singh and MS Dhoni seem to have rolled back the time in that Cuttack ODI, hammering 256 runs as a partnership in less than 39 overs. A stand that propelled India to 381 for 6, their ninth highest total ever in this format of the game. Admittedly, it came on a flat, placid Cuttack pitch, so let's not fool ourselves into believing that our batting woes have been solved from what we have seen over the last 15 months or so. But India were down in the dumps at 25 for 3 when Yuvraj and Dhoni came together and went on to play some of the crispiest shots one has seen in cricket in recent times to bring up their respective first centuries in 4 and 2 years respectively. Yuvraj Singh had scored a century in the 2011 World Cup, while Dhoni's last century came in 2013.
Yes, Suneer, that truly was a vintage performance by Yuvraj Singh and Mahendra Singh Dhoni. But Virat Kohli said India is at 75% of their potential. Is there really any room for improvement in their final ODI in Kolkata?
Well, there is always some room for improvement. 4 of India's top 6 batsmen have come good in this series so far, having helped themselves to centuries on what have been absolute belter of tracks, which leaves the opening batsman to come good. What this means is that the Indian openers KL Rahul and Shikhar Dhawan will be under immense pressure to come good before the Champions Trophy, given India's schedule does not allow them to play any more ODIs after this third match. Rohit Sharma will slot right back into the order when he's fit, and with Ajinkya Rahane having given a reasonable account of his own self at the top of the order in the lead up to this games in the New Zealand series and before that. Another failure for both Dhawan and Rahul could see Rahane return to the fold as well. So that's something that the openers will want to improve. And if they do improve and if they do get some runs under the belt, I think we might see India play to 100% of their potential. Speaking of their bowling, India's bowling has been a tad iffy so far, having conceded 350 and 366 runs respectively over these two matches. Although again, I must add that caveat that the pitches are such sleeping beauties and the outfield would give Usain Bolt a run for his money. It's always going to be a stiff ask of any kind of bowlers. Given that being the scenario, a special mention of Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Ravichandran Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja, who at different times in that one-day international at Cuttack applied the brakes to the England innings. Bhuvi was excellent with the new ball, and then again in the final 10 overs, Ashwin picked up 3 wickets in the middle of the innings to stall any major partnerships, while Jadeja ended with figures of 1 for 45 from his 10 overs when the opposition has scored 366. A stellar showing to say the least. So, how will it be for the third game again, and will the batsmen come to the rescue again?
India wished to be aggressive and clinical, but somehow their bowling has gotten quite messy in the first 2 games, like you mentioned. So you've posed quite a valid question there. But in this final game, India go on the defensive quite early. This does work in their favour, yet it's India's fielding in the last 25 overs that may not work out too well and cause the bowlers to lose their way a bit. Suneer, I got a little curious. I had a quick look to see if India will have bowling problems during the Champions Trophy too. The cards do show them to have better control and be far more effective. So that's something to look forward to. Now back to this game. The opening batsman may not deliver again, but the rest of the lineup will come to the rescue, and if needed, the tail will wag.
Well, interesting that you say that the opening batsman might not deliver again in the third match. But moving on to England, they must be wondering what hit them. Score 350, have the opponents down to 63 for 4 in the first match and lose the chase. Win the toss, get the opponents into bat, pick up 3 quick Indian wickets for 25, including that of Virat Kohli, and then see them rake up 381. Must be getting very exasperating for the management and the captain. What do the cards say for England?
England seem to be sedated. They appear lost on how to change their approach and get results going in their favour. To be fair, England have scored a lot of runs themselves, but yet they've been on the losing side. So all this plays on their mind, which is why I don't see their strategies being filled with confidence. But their opening batsmen do manage to lift them. I do believe their middle order will not show consistency. It'll be a bit of a hit and a miss there, Suneer.
In the previous podcast, I'd said that England wouldn't have minded picking up a wicket less, but for Kohli to be back in the hut, and that's exactly what happened at Cuttack. Instead of losing 4 wickets, as they had in the first game, India were 3 down with Kohli out, and yet here we are, with India having still pummeled the English bowling to smithereens, thanks to the brilliance of 2 other batsmen. The psychological dent on their bowling attack would be humongous, I feel, and I fail to see how would the likes of Jake Paul, Liam Plunkett, and even Ben Stokes, who otherwise is a very confident cricketer, get out of this sticky situation if they're presented with another flat surface at the Eden Gardens for the third match. How do you see their bowling and fielding pan out for this match?
At least their bowlers begin on a positive note for me, but they fear that they won't be able to maintain it, and somewhere that fear manifests and the middle overs could go for plenty. But one important difference between both teams is the quality of the fielding. Other than those middle overs, England do back their fielders and show really good teamwork.
Well, the English bowlers have begun on a positive note in both these matches, where they failed to close out as the final few overs. So that's something interesting to watch, whether they do it this time or no. So do you think England can pull one back and register a consolation victory, Shruti? Prediction time?
Yes, prediction time. I think there will be a shaky moment before the end of the game for both teams. Who comes through? At least for Taro, it's India. Now, Suneer, it's your turn. Your prediction.
Well, I will go with India too. I think they have been far too superior in this series so far, and I spoke about the psychological advantage they have had over these 2 matches. I think they'll maintain that and should win this. Although I still feel that the team batting second will have a huge advantage.
So Suneer is leaning towards India, but we'll see what happens on Sunday. That's it from us for this podcast. But please do subscribe by clicking on the red button and do follow us on Twitter at World Crick Chat. Bye-bye.